Alright, we're in play number 2 of drive number 1. Initially on this play, I actually call the curl, so that's basically where you get the hitch on both sides. And backs coming out, flaring out either way, and then I usually adjust him from running this little drag stop to running a seam route. Now I decide to audible back into the stretch, which I just called the play before, and I go weak side. I go away. Now the reason I do that is I have numbers to the weak side, in my opinion. So I have 2 blockers here plus a fullback, so I have 3 guys. What does he have here? 3 guys. So each of these guys should be able to be handled by each of my guys. In this case, I expect him to be able to make the block there, and then I got a one-on-one with the safety, usually after about 4 yards. So, like I said, I'm happy with 3 to 4 yards per play. Now, if I go the opposite way, it's not too horrible either. This nose tackle's in the A-gap. He's not even on it. Well, he's kind of in a 1 technique, but more A-gap shade. So 1 technique is play side or 1 side of the center either way. In this case, it's 1 technique strong, 1 tech strong. Strong being the tight end side of the field. So if I go this way, it's not so bad either, though, because I do have numbers here. So I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 against 1, 2, 3, 4. We always count him if he's in an A-gap shade to that side. Now I also have the center who could help out, but it doesn't guarantee a good block here because each of these guys may reach. That's why I decided to go the other way. Here he's actually got angle. He's going to be reaching his outside shoulder anyways, but right now they're head up, so that gives him an advantage. It gives my guy the advantage. Here he may do one of 2 things. He can reach here, or he can go next level. Fullback is just going to find the first guy that he sees, the first different color jersey. So if Tyron Smith here blocks out on this guy and this guy rides outside, I'm hoping my fullback makes the right read, turns upfield, blocks the linebacker here, and allows me to cut up inside, because that's where I want to go in this case. Now, if this guy fights inside, he gets the hook on it, then yeah, he makes the read, bounce out, and then find for a different color jersey. And then yeah, of course, I'll bounce out too. That's the beauty of this play. It's kind of up to you. You got to make the right read here, but really it's up to you. I mean, you could actually cut back all the way across here if we get enough movement, because each of these guys is trying to get movement, not necessarily one way or the other. It's taking the guys where they want to go. That's why you run the stretch play, especially in the NFL. You see it a lot because these guys on defense are so darn good. It is hard to move them where you want to move them. It's better to let them go where they want to go and create seams for your backs. And these backs are usually so good, and they have such good vision normally, they know where, you know, they can find the hole, essentially, and get there because of their speed and their quickness. Let's run through the play, and then we'll discuss. So as you can see there, the player takes him, and he basically does a good job of setting the edge. So basically, he's putting pressure on Tyron here. But because he's doing that, see this nice lane in here? Yeah, there's guys here and there's a guy here. I have a guy that'll pick him up. My fullback, I think, is going to make a mistake and come outside here. I don't care about that. See that little yellow line right there? Or orange line, whatever you want to call that? That's a first down. That's all I care about. So I'm going to turn upfield here. Boom, and I get, you know, only about 2 yards. But I'll take 2 yards because that just moves the chains. It means I have another 4 downs to get another first down. And I can just keep driving upfield all day long until I score. That's all I care about, is moving that ball. Okay, play number 3 of drive number 1 here. I'm staying in the I formation. I'm running the hitches again, and this time I actually stick with it as opposed to audibling. So you get the hitch here, hitch here. Normally he would run a drag stop. I always adjust him to a seam route. And then you get a flare out of this back and an arrow out of that back. I make one other adjustment because I see the bump coverage here. I send him on a fade, and I want to hit one of these 2 guys. That's who I'm really looking for here. So we'll go ahead and run through the play and see what happens. So coverage wise, right now it looks to me he is in a 4-3 under, or actually over in this case. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the 2 backers and then the 3rd backer here, so he's over. And the coverage initially, to me, this looks like a cover 2, either a 2-man, so a 2 high, or a 2 zone, because the corners are bumped up here. So let's run through the play, and we'll discuss. So right off the bat, you can see one thing. 2 corners are basically bailing. It looks to me like it's actually a quarters set. And actually looking at his defense, yeah, it's not, it is quarters actually. And he's dropping off pretty much everybody but 2 guys. And you can see there he has 2 rushers. I believe that's a defensive tackler end, and then the other defensive tackler end here. And if you look at it right now, right off the bat, I should be throwing to either of my 2 backs. I don't. I let myself get locked on. I get greedy. I want to go deep. So I start off by looking at him. I always start this play looking at my tight end to see if it opens up within the first 5 yards or so. And nothing doing. You can see there's a backer just sitting there waiting for it. And as he gets upfield, he's still there. So the moment I don't see this here, I'm looking over to Dez because I sent him on the go. With that corner bailing, he's in quarters. He's actually got a 2-on-1 here. So not a good place to throw the ball either. I could throw it up to him and see if he get lucky, but it's really not a good throw to make. So what I end up doing is, and I kind of know my progression on how I work, I go here and then I came back over to this, looking to see if he beats the linebacker. And really he doesn't. He looks to be pretty much even with him. Maybe a step ahead, but not enough for me to make that throw. So I end up holding the ball forever, and I still have plenty of time to throw these guys. But I end up throwing it over to him, and as you can see, he's got 1, 2, 3 guys covering him. Now what I try to do is precision pass it to the inside, because this defender here is being played by the player. As you can see, he's actually facing that direction. So he has no real shot at an interception at all. Maybe get the deflection, but pretty hard to do. So I try to lead him right in here to bring my receiver over to make a catch, and then maybe get turned upfield here for a good play, a big play at least. And as you can see, he ends up throwing it just a little low, not quite catchable, which is fine. It's a throwaway essentially, which I think I could have had it, but better to throw it away than to throw an interception, obviously. But really, guys, this is a product of me getting greedy, getting locked on, taking a little too long looking here. I go 1, 2, 3, and then finally 4. When I really had 1, 2 right there wide open. I've got to, in this case, I need to get off of my deep routes faster and find my short stuff and just hit it and get as many yards as I can. I think if I hit him right now, he's going to catch the ball right about here or so, and he'll have, maybe a first down, if nothing else, at least 5 to 7 yards or thereabouts. So really, it's just don't be greedy, take what's there.